All right. We're now
Just
live.
did you send it out through the newsletter with the monkey?
I'm doing it right now. I'm dropping the link in.
Awesome.
Save. Continue.
No.
Send. Send. Oop. Cool. All right, so that's on its way out.
Got it.
Nice. Now I'm going to drop into Facebook real quick. Here's hoping my computer doesn't crash.
Don't say that.
It's like it sounds like it's working really hard.
I got it. I'm on the stream.
Nice. Can you see this awesome?
I'm looking at your screen. Hi, Daniel. Facebook.com.
Mr. Briggs, you have an unread message.
Yeah, it's so annoying my big goofy face goes up there as the link. Not necessary. Alright. Ah, there we go.
Cool.
All right, we got 11 people there, so this is good. People are jumping on.
I'm gonna throw something on Instagram real quick. You just want to like wave or do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's put it on Emma. Here, Emma, you have to wave. Nice.
Okay,
This is the content people
like
tuned in for right here. This pre-show content.
Cool.
Everyone who's tuned in so far, thanks for being here. We're going to start in just a few moments, just allowing everybody to get on board.
Hey, 15. All right. So far, so good. Love that.
You get the stream up on another device. It's weird to see the delay. It's like looking back in time. I remember that. It was like 15 seconds ago.
Caitlin just sent me a text saying nice wave.
Secretly, this was just because I wanted more YouTube subscribers. Now the truth comes out. Sorry, everyone.
First step, band director. Second step, YouTube influencer.
That's right. It's weird wearing real clothes. Not that the other clothes I wear aren't real, but these feel realer.
I put earrings in today to make sure that I can still do that. It's been a couple months.
Bold of you to assume that I'm wearing like not sweatpants.
I know, it's one of those things. You know, do we stand up and dispel the
Pull a John Krasinski and walk away from our computer at the end of this.
Yeah. So this would be like the talk if we were sharing a table right now and enjoying a meal together. These are the things we would talk about. It's like you're at our table, everyone. Okay, so we have some messages coming in. Oh, geez. I should change that to analytics. There we go. Let's see. Will Morgan, now this is epic. Thank you. Well, I knew that you would appreciate the streamer lifestyle here. Matt Erickson is lost. Hamza, oh yeah. The Weiss, thanks, Matt. The Chemgineer. I don't know how long I can be here. Well, the Chemgineer, I hope you can be here for a while. Oh, thank you, Leah. It's for you, right there. All right, this is good. This is good. All right, I'm glad the Chem Engineer has subscribed to me. Again, my ultimate goal, as well as the King of Random. I don't know who that is, but we should definitely find out. Mrs. Baxmeyer jumping in the chat. Welcome, everyone. Enjoy the banquet. Fun fact, at other schools I've worked at, I've had end-of-the-year banquets, and I always called them the Banquet, which felt bad afterwards because it sounded like I was telling everyone to quit band, even though I was just trying to go for a cool hybridization. So, anyway, band banquet's good.
Everyone is texting me that they're waving. I got one from Katie. She said that she was waving at me.
Awesome. Awesome. You started a trend, Mrs. Baxmeyer. You started a trend.
Henriker, I like that. This is the best thing to happen to me all quarantine. Man, this is definitely a highlight, I gotta say.
Oh, that is cool.
I like that a lot.
Well, clearly, Mrs. Baxmeyer, in addition to many other jobs that we have assigned ourselves, because we do a couple of things, YouTube streamers of just random conversations, you know? That sounds pretty solid, right? So good. We got about 50 viewers. So we had 51. Somebody came in, was, hard pass. That's okay. All right, clearly I still have resolution issues, as it's telling me that this current resolution is not normal, but I am not jumping into the deep stuff here.
Mr. Chapman, good of you to join us.
Mr. Chapman's here, yes! Mr. Chapman, you are awesome. Are you kidding me? See, these are the silver linings of all of this. That now we can connect with a community that was, no matter what. That's cool.
Yeah. Leo, to answer your question, the sponsor for today's streamed band banquet is brought to you by gym shorts hidden on your bottom half.
That's right. If you like this stream, go ahead and bang a like on this video. Be sure to subscribe. Click the bell if you'd like notifications. Yo, it's your boy, DJ Briggles. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry. I know you've missed this. This was as we advertised, bad band director jokes. These, this banquet's not free, ladies and gentlemen. You got to endure the jokes. The only sad part is that it's hard for me to check in with the comments because I got to come over to this screen, which definitely breaks a wall of sorts. But as we all see, we're up to 70 viewers. 20 likes. We're going to see if you hit the dislike button, by the way. All right, that hurts. All right, sticks and stones may break my bones, but dislikes on our YouTube video will destroy us.
Crush us. Deeply crush us.
Deeply crush us.
Zach says, tell Briggs to stop for me.
He's just jealous that despite his attempt at trying to overtake you as band president, you are the ultimate victor.
Yes.
Zach Dorff, you know we love you. All right, let's. Oh, geez, wrong window. Enjoy that. That's the master behind all this. That deep. All right, let's see. All right. Let's 7:02. Let's go ahead and let's give it one more minute, just in case people didn't check their email until 7 o'clock. So what'd you guys eat for dinner tonight?
We
Had
had
some pasta.
pasta with clean. I love it. We had sweet potatoes with like the ultimate like Mexican pile-on food, like guacamole and beans and cheese, and so good.
Yeah.
I had what is allegedly called pasta, but better known as Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Noodles in the shape of pasta.
Yeah,
That's a classic.
Yeah, it's a hit around our house. You know, it's real hit in the 2 to 7 demographic.
Was it a fun shape, or was it just like regular?
So unicorns are pretty popular, but in all honesty, when you cook them a little bit too long, they sort of lose consistency, so they're not really a hit with the boys. With my daughter, it's the thought that counts, and even if the unicorns are all mashed up, she still likes that they're unicorns. But these were standard elbows. You know, can't go wrong. At which point do you think they miss us? At which point in this conversation, like, oh
Was
my
it before
gosh,
or after the mac and cheese?
these are the right. Yeah. Please comment with the moment it was that you're like, man, I miss school. I'm missing so much by being there. The education. Oh my gosh. Oh, good. I'm glad we're sharing Mongolian beef. Nice. Oh, up to 90 viewers. Good. I'm glad we waited a couple minutes to get started. All right, we'll go all the way to 7:05, and then we're rocking and rolling. Tacos. Let's see. Theo Lawless. I'm the big celeb in the comments section. I feel honored. Oh, all right, Theo. Nice. Oh, I see. Okay, lots of people calling it Wiener Schnitzel. Evan Malchik. All right. I like myself some Wiener Schnitzel. Pork loin, cilantro, potatoes, roasted mushrooms, and green beans. Ah, really nice. Really nice. Good. Lots of good food here. Fish and chips, homemade ravioli, burger. Someone disliked it. I knew they would, Nate. I knew they would. As soon as I mentioned it, it was like, we're lucky there's just one. Yeah, that, you know what? MVP on Hamza. He's the reason you have a comment section today. I marked that this was a stream for kids because, well, let's face it, this is going to be an upright and honest and clean stream. But evidently that disabled the comment section. So you have a comment section. Thanks to Hamza, who checked in on one of the test streams earlier today. So thank you to Hamza. Also, my apologies for having so many test streams that if you set up notifications, I was blowing you up. So sorry about that. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. Emma,
right.
Take it away.
Okay, welcome everyone. I know that this stream is not exactly what we were picturing when we were thinking about the band Banquet way back earlier in the year, but I still put together a little speech to look back on our year and, make the best of what we got. Because, if you asked me all the way back in October, if you told me then that I would be giving my band Banquet speech on a live stream on YouTube, I honestly do not know how I would have reacted. It definitely hasn't been the easiest year. It's been a year of transition, but it certainly has shown how our band has been able to come together and make the most of the time that we were given together. From our start all the way back in August at Camp Duncan to celebrating our hours of decorating at Turnabout, we did not fall short in making new memories. Back in October, we won a well-deserved second place in a tough group at our last marching band contest of our James Bond show. We got together for our yearly holiday bandsgivings and gift exchanges. We had an unforgettable experience following the parade route in London on New Year's Day and getting sore feet walking Piccadilly. And hey, we only lost a kid once or twice. We had our first of many V-show pits directed by Mr. Briggs and our first of many chamber concerts. E-learning may not be able to fill the gap that only a block of band could fill, but at least I know what everyone would bring to show and tell. Spoiler alert, it's a lot of pets, a 50-50 chance that Briggs shaved, and only one mention of Zach Torr playing baseball. The 2019-2020 school year has started the foundation for even stronger years of the band to come. I'd like to give special thanks to my second-in-command, drum major, band president, section leader, who knows at this point, Zach Torf. I don't know what I would have done without you this year. Thank you also to our wonderful BPO president, Paige Brooks, and the rest of the band parents organization. They truly make the band program run behind the scenes. And of course, thank you to our fearless leaders, Mrs. Baxmeyer and Mr. Briggs. Finally, thank you to the band for keeping the spirit and transitions of GBN Band even in times of transition and uncertainty. I've made my 4 years in the GBN Band program a place to learn, grow, make new friends, and to learn about myself. I always knew no matter how the rest of my day was, I had a home in the band room. So I hope that the band room will continue to be a home for all of you. Thank you, stay safe, and be nice to my successor. I hope I can see you all in person soon. Your band president.
We will clap for you. That's what this is missing, the applause. And as performers, we love applause. So we'll take care of each other. Emma, thank you very much for being here. And it now gives me great honor to introduce, through a video that she has shared with us, our BPO president, Mrs. Paige Brooks. Just a moment here while we switch gears.
Thank you, Mr. Briggs and Mrs. Baxmeyer, for making this band banquet such a special night for all of our band families and our students. Usually the BPO has their May general meeting at the band banquet, but this year we really wanted to focus on the students. So we will not be having our meeting tonight. We will have it next Monday at 7 p.m. Online, and you will all get an invitation to that meeting by email this week. First, I'd like to thank Christy Bauer and Caroline Gow for all the hard work that they put into planning the band banquet. Even though we aren't able to have it live, they put a lot of work into planning and preparation. They found a new venue. We were going to have it at Ariella's this year. And thank you, Christy and Caroline, for all that work that you put in. When we found out we were going to have to cancel the banquet in April, we were all disappointed, but we understand that under the circumstances, that was the best thing to do. I did want to highlight a few things that the BPO did this year, as well as recognize our graduating board members as well. We started off the year with a back-to-school picnic, which was really successful, and I thought a really fun way for new band families to come in and feel comfortable and get to know other band families and learn about what the band program can offer their students. We also helped with support for the marching band set. We paid for half of the marching band set that the band used at football games and competitions. We bought reusable coolers for hospitality to use at events, so we didn't have to purchase bottled water anymore, which cut down on our costs, but it also helped reduce the amount of waste that we created, because we do hospitality at a lot of events throughout the year. Homecoming Paint the Town, Bandsgiving, the Middle School Band Festival, concerts, Concert in the Park, and Festa, which we did a little differently this year. But we do hospitality at a lot of events. And so it was great to be able to cut down on the waste and also still be able to do our hospitality at those events. We give the 2 scholarships for seniors for musicianship and for service. And we also give a scholarship to the drum major to attend drum major camp in the summer, as well as pay for some of the marching band staff that helps out at camp and during the beginning of the school year. So the band parents organization does a lot with the money that we raise at the fundraisers that we have throughout the year and with your Friends of the BPO donations. So thank you for allowing us to do all of that for your students. I'd like to thank the board members that are retiring. We have Cindy Erickson, who was our secretary. Jen Lee Olmstead was on external projects. Christy Bauer did hospitality. Rich Mullins was our color guard representative. Joan Matthews handled publicity, and Sue Troster did uniforms. Thank you all to the retiring board members as well as our current board members for making this year so easy for me. You guys did all the work, so thank you again. If anybody is interested in joining the board, we have a few positions still open for next year. You can contact me or join in on our Zoom meeting next week. Again, Monday at 7 p.m. on the 18th. I'd also like to thank Emma Sullivan, who was the band president this year. She did a great job, came to all of our band parent organization meetings throughout the year, kept us in the loop, kept us updated, asked for help when they needed it. Thank you, Emma, for all your hard work this year. So this night really exemplifies everything that the band program is and why it's so special for our students. I've been a band parent for 6 years now. So I've seen all these seniors coming in as freshmen 4 years ago. And seniors, you've been through some stuff in these past 4 years, haven't you? There have been some really high highs, and there have been a couple of really low lows, culminating with the one we're in the middle of right now. But during that whole time, who's been there for you and with you? Your family obviously has been there for you, although you may be a little sick of them by now because they've been with you now for 8 weeks straight. But your GBN music family has also been with you. I mean, if you look around at your friends, I'm going to guess a lot of them are in band. You maybe met a lot of them at marching band camp or the first week of school if you weren't already friends in middle school. But your GBN family is always with you throughout all those highs and lows of high school, and we will continue to be there for you after you leave GBN. We are a family. There's always alumni coming back for football games and competitions and concerts. I see them and I talk to them, and I know that their time in band was special, and I hope your time in band was just as special. Thank you to the directors. Thank you to all the fine arts staff, the band music family, which includes, Mr. Kaplan as well. If you were in GSO or in Pitt for any of the musicals, obviously Mr. Chapman was a big part of your band history. So just, know that we will always be here for you if you need anything. And, thank you for your time in band and for making it so special for all of our kids. And I hope to see you all in person soon, if not this summer, in the fall, when we kick off the school year, hopefully again with another back to school picnic. Thank you and have a great evening. Enjoy.
All right, band. Good evening, everybody. It's great to imagine you being at home and hope that you are well and safe. So the next portion of our evening is thank yous. And I want to start off by thanking our band staff. In any program or organization, attitude reflects leadership. And as a band staff, you have led your band program with confidence and grace. Your president, Emma Sullivan, consistently demonstrated both of these qualities and provided helpful insight on the potential of that program and inspired the team to rise to any challenge. What makes Mr. Briggs and myself most proud was that the entire staff owned whatever project they were working on, whether it was the monthly social event or even our turnabout dance. Every single person on our staff provided their voice and dedicated their time and energy into making the community a welcoming place. Band staff, thank you for your work this year.
It's my honor to thank our band parent organization. Each and every month, we are fortunate to work with parents who know exactly what it means to have this band be part of the whole Northbrook community. Thank you for being such a wonderful sounding board to us as band directors, and always keeping the kids at the forefront of the decisions you have made. Running a band is not an easy job, and it leads to many sleepless nights. Many, many sleepless nights. But with the band parent organization that we have here at Glenbrook North, we sleep so much better, knowing that there is a team of parents watching out for everything that we do to make sure everything that runs well. Without the BPO, the wonderful family, community, and student-centered experience all of our students benefit from would not be a reality. Thank you so much to the entire band parent organization.
Next, we'd like to thank our chaperones. For every football game and competition, we were fortunate enough to have a wonderful group of chaperones volunteer to spend their Friday evenings or Saturday afternoons working with the GBN marching band. They took such good care of our students and made our transition seamless. From uniforms to moving and setting up equipment, these chaperones took care of the nitty-gritty details that allowed for our students to have such a wonderful marching band season. And this winter, we took about 65 students almost 4,000 miles across the pond to London. As this was our first year working together, we knew we had to rely on our team of chaperones to make this trip a success for our students. Whether splitting up in groups to do a walking tour or making sure your students were checked in for the evening, you were an invaluable part of our job. We know we had an enticing offer of, hey, come on, let's go to a band trip to a foreign country with 80 other people you don't really know and you won't sleep at all. But still, you signed up to help your community. We truly could not have done this London trip without you, and because of your work, a generation of high school students has an unforgettable experience. Thank you to all our wonderful chaperones.
Still on you, Mrs. Baxmeyer, for parents.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about
I
that.
love live stream.
Live stream, you know, this is all real.
That's fine. All live, coming to you live. So, thank you to our parents. It takes a village to raise a child, but it comes from a parent's unrelenting support and love for their students, help them grow into as successful and wonderful students as we have in the GBN band. Whether it was picking up your student from a late rehearsal, providing them food on the fly before a concert, bringing their instrument to the repair shop, coming to football games, cheer them on, signing them for private lessons, or most importantly, being there for every step of the way. Parents, we are endlessly thankful for you. You're the backbone to our community, and you've shown that with love and support, incredible things can happen. Parents, thank you.
So we get to do what we do every day, and we love it because we receive support from so many around the GBN community. A significant portion of our day today is made wonderful because of our wonderful administration of GBN at GBN and at the district level. A very special thank you to Chad Davidson, our IS for Fine Arts. When we meet the daily barbs that can come in the way that we work each day, Mr. Davidson is always there to help us find a solution and work through whatever it is to find what works best for kids. Another big thank you to our district leadership and Charles Johns. It goes a long way that even before his first day of work, Dr. Johns marched on a hot, steamy 4th of July day in the parade through Northbrook. It speaks volumes to me to spend a holiday not with your family, but with people you don't even know yet. What an awesome action that has shown all year to be the person who he is, an authentically wonderful school leader. We are very lucky to work together. Finally, a huge thank you to Dr. John Finan for all he has done for our program. Not only is he a veteran parent of the band program with his son going through the jazz program and now pursuing a career in music, but as an instructional leader, he has demonstrated to us how you make a commitment to the arts and see it through your actions. We will miss Dr. Finan very much. I think it also goes without saying, he did hire both Mrs. Baxmeyer and I, so big thank you, Dr. Finan.
So it's not easy being the new teacher in the department, and having 2 new band directors in consecutive years could pose a challenge to the Fine Arts department. However, whether we're in a department meeting, talking during lunch, or on our daily mailbox run, you all welcomed us with open arms and made us feel at home from day one. Thank you for your insight, support, comic relief, and friendship. A special thanks goes out to Debbie Dean, who is the classiest arts department chair that I have ever known. She works tirelessly on the behalf behind the scenes magic like finances and creating programs, and is so good at what she does that she makes it look effortless. Thank you to all of our wonderful teachers in the Fine Arts Department for continuing to inspire us to be the best educators that we can be.
It began on a summer day. I'm going to tell a story. This is a good one. But it was a summer day. My kids were playing at the park on the Village Green in Northbrook, and Paige Brooks and I were speaking about everything coming up for this year. She learned a fair bit about me, as my youngest son had just climbed to the top of the tallest slide there, and he's young now. He was younger then. Well, he tumbled down a couple of the steps and started to cry. And at this moment, I was feeling like, wow, I'm the worst parent in the world. So what I did was I ran to go rescue him by running up the slide, not noticing that at the top of the slide, there was a hood. For what reason, I don't know. My head slammed into that, and I tumbled over 2 times backwards down the slide and landed on my back, having the wind knocked out of me and seeing stars. But because I wanted to play it cool, I acted like it was no big deal. I ran up to find out that he was not injured very badly and could stay. However, inside I was dying. Well, fortunately, despite that performance and poor parenting and bad personal decision-making, Mrs. Brooks stayed on and has done a marvelous job as our BPO president. Everything that we have succeeded in with the BPO this year starts with Mrs. Brooks, and I am so grateful for having watched and had her support as she has led our Banquet organization. I look forward to more great experiences and hopefully less painful ones too. I'd like to continue in thanking a few parents. I'd like to thank Mr. Matt Schultz. From set construction to our truck, our year starts with Matt Schultz. For many years now, Matt has taken great leadership with the heavy and important tasks associated with equipment and marching band. This year, he went even further and spent a great deal of time assisting at marching band camp. Simply put, I don't know where we would be going. I don't know what we would be doing without him. And seriously, I really don't know what we will be doing without him because we don't have a replacement yet. So if you would like to help, that would be great. In all seriousness, Matt, thank you for everything. You did the job so well and without fail. You will be missed.
Here's to the class of 2020. Since I met you last year, you've shown that as a class, you're diligent, focused, kind, tenacious, and you all excel as leaders. I have been consistently impressed that when faced with adversity, you rise to the challenge. There is nothing you can't accomplish, and reading all your future plans tells me that wherever life takes you next year, those around you will be better because of your influence. There exists a very influential book written by a very influential author, and I'm only going to read the first and the last page because the middle is yours to fill in. Congratulations. Today is your day. You are off to great places. You're off and away. Skip to the last page because the middle is yours to fill in. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bray or Mordecai Ali von Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. The rest of the story is yours. Go on and do great things, and seniors, know that we are so, so proud of you.
Students, you need to know, one and all, that you are why we chose this profession, even before we met you. Our current situation we are in right now has illustrated how important you are to us even more, that without you in our daily lives, we just don't feel ourselves. As you have not yet had the pleasure to follow your passions through to a career, a big driver as you look for that career is finding something that you love and something that causes you to wish to be a better person. Well, each and every day, you call us to be our best selves, and you teach us so much about who we actually are and who we should be. We get to experience so much of life together with you. You change us for the better each and every day. We miss you, and we are so grateful for all that you have brought to our lives.
GBN band community, this was my first year here, and I was consistently impressed with the people in every circumstance. You are good people, and this is a great community. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your folds, and thank you so much for welcoming B&B into our first year of teaching together. It's been a blast, and as Mr. Briggs said, it did not end the way that we hoped it to, but we know that looking forward, we have a lot of wonderful, exciting things to be excited about, and that's what our focus is going to be on. So thank you to all those who we talked about tonight. Our year would have not been the same had it not been for you. We are truly grateful. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to switch to the 2020 Band Awards. And we know that since we're coming at you from a computer screen, we cannot physically hand you an award. So we will make sure you get your awards when we are able to return back to school. So first, I'd like to start off by congratulating our leadership and those who received leadership pins. For our band president, Emma Sullivan, our drum major, Zach Torf, our drum line captain, Henry Klein, and our color guard captains, Donatella Paranda and Mick Mulvihill.
When it comes to positivity, there are few people I have met in my life that can light up a room with their positive spirit and drive as quickly as this young man. They can take a difficult moment and turn it into an easy one with a few kind words, a funny anecdote, or a word of encouragement. Without them, our band would be less, not just in energy, but in quality as well. I struggle to think of what we will do to keep the energy up when those hot summer days return. But hopefully, we will remember what Mick would want us to do and be. This year's Color Guard Award winner is Mick Mulvihill.
It's not often you see freshmen dive right into the culture of high school. This freshman, however, has exemplified ownership of being a part of his band. As a member of the freshman band, marching band, and jazz lab, he is a strong example of excellence in teamwork. Others in his section know they can rely on him, and he is not afraid to ask for help. Several times during rehearsal, we worked on a difficult line for his section, and each time he completed it, he improved. However, the true mark of his character showed when he was ready to try it again right away, regardless of the outcome. He wanted to get right back in there for his team. He radiates positivity and is consistently there for his peers. Congratulations, Henry Herr. Our second most improved freshman award goes to a fine young man, and resilience is a characteristic of an excellent musician in person. And this freshman consistently exhibits the ability to grow in any circumstance. Whether in marching band, jazz band, or concert band, he proved he could work through any challenge his music presented and thrive. In marching band, he took feedback graciously and, with an intense focus, worked to make sure he was in step with good posture. Jazz band challenged his range and ownership of solos, which he executed confidently. Over the past year, he worked diligently to improve, and I am proud to announce our second most improved freshman award goes to Colin Rowan.
As a teacher, you hope to work with students who see goals that they wish to achieve and not just something that they can come up with overnight. But they understand that it is a journey. The most improved sophomore this year approaches his learning with this journey in mind. From the moment I met him as a freshman, I could see a young man who desired to do everything he could to become a great member of our band and our community as well. He has done that in more ways than I think he knows. I cannot wait to see how he continues to push himself and then in turn push the rest of us. He inspires me as a teacher to work harder each day. Without him in our band, we would be lost. Important words there. Our most improved sophomore is Jacob Radzienda.
A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. Our recipient for the most improved junior embodies this quote in its entirety. The student steps up in every facet of the band program, unfazed by any challenge in her way. During marching band, she consistently exemplified focus, tenacity, positivity, and resilience. In jazz band, she played a different instrument to complete the trumpet section while improving her soloing and tone quality. And in the concert band setting, she consistently steps up as a leader, both personally and musically. She is authentic, fearless, and incredibly kind. Congratulations to Simona Bernfeld. Getting to work with the recipient of this year's marching award this past year was akin to witnessing what happens when a senior in high school holds themselves to an incredibly high standard. During the marching band season, he executed a high level of precision while marching and playing with an intensity that others could rely on. Most significantly, he stepped out of his section to help mentor others and demonstrate excellence by modeling it on a consistent basis. Whenever something needed to be done well, regardless of whether it was marching technique, in music performance, or as a leader, we knew we could always count on him to get it done and get it done right. Congratulations to this year's Marching Award recipient, Charlie Bauer.
Attention to detail is an important skill to have when working as a member of our marching band. It not only elevates your own participation and excellence, but calls others to the same positive habits that improve our musicianship and our marching. The winner of the second of our 2 marching awards this year has been resilient in his efforts towards greatness on the marching field. There was never a run, whether it was the first in the morning of band camp or the last on a Thursday night after a long week of school, where I could see this individual phone in their performance. In addition to that, this individual always stayed until the job was done. When plenty of others were ready to move on to the next thing or go home, he would remain. We will forever be grateful for all of that this person brought to our band. And please present this marching award to Alex Miller.
Excellence in character will take any person far, and this year's recipient of the Patrick Gilmore Award has consistently demonstrated their maturity, grace, patience, and strength in teamwork. Whether through their laser focus on the field during marching band rehearsal or confidence in their voice during small or large group sectionals, they have shown that setting a high standard for oneself and those around you will lead to a high-achieving team. Throughout this year, they communicated effectively with the entire band program and creatively designed activities to include all band members. This student is kind, thoughtful, and has more than earned the Patrick Gilmore Award. Congratulations to Ainsley Charlesworth.
Plenty of people in the arts enjoy the spotlight and the applause. While I believe this award winner loves every opportunity to perform, I believe their motivations are on a higher plane of operation. I believe they do what they do because it brings joy to other people and creates a community where all are valued. The Semper Fi Award winner for this year has quietly always been there. No matter what the challenge, no matter the lack of compensation for how they needed to perform, they helped move equipment, they did extra practice, you name it. When as a parent, you put your kid in band, I like to think it's because of the great community and wonderful people, in addition to all the wonderful music-making opportunities. Well, this award recipient defined what makes us great and why people would want their child in band. I am honored to present the Semper Fi Award to Logan Resnick. Still me. Our Woody Herman Jazz Award winner for 2020 has defined for the Glenbrook North Jazz Program hard work, dedication, and pursuit of excellence. His ears are always working to determine how he can better support the band through his performance and how he can help others in the band improve. Through his daily work in both the jazz ensemble and in combos, he is the model of excellence for our band. He also has changed how I look at music and movement while playing the saxophone. In fact, it's ingrained in my brain. I want it out. I am happy to present the 2020 Woody Herman Jazz Award winner to Zach Torf. Jazz is a dynamic and ever-changing musical experience on the stage. The varied rhythms and harmonies require all the musicians performing to be locked into the bigger picture. You cannot simply begin at measure 1 and count your way through to the end. Many members of jazz ensembles can tell you of a time they lost their way. Those members did not have who we had. Henry Klein, the winner of this year's award, became the heart and soul of our jazz ensemble. Through his hard work each and every day, and not just during class, but in countless hours of practice to prepare himself for rehearsal, he became the musician we needed. Because he knew what the band needed, he kept us all together with his performance. I am in awe of how he led our band from behind his drum set, and I cannot wait to see where he goes into the future. Congratulations to Henry Klein, winner of our Louis Armstrong Jazz Award.
One of this year's recipients of the Director's Award has demonstrated that regardless of what ensemble they played in, she took ownership of the music and led the section through example. She showed creativity and individuality throughout the different genres in which she performed, and stepped up selected as a soloist in this year's marching band show and this year's concerto competition. Although the concertos were not performed for a public audience, she approached the opportunity confidently while remaining unassuming and gracious. She has consistently shown a strong dedication to her band program, and it is my pleasure to announce the recipient of this year's Director's Award is Julia Williams. Our other recipient of this year's Director's Award has proven to be dependable, grounded, kind, and a team player in any aspect of the band program. She leads by example, balancing both compassion and grit while leading her section, while simultaneously cheering on every member of her team. She leaves a significant impact on each person she works with because she makes them feel like they matter. To be able to lead the entire band staff and the GBN band program with her confidence, level-headedness, creativity, and grace speaks to her level of maturity and to her character. Congratulations to your Madam President, Emma Sullivan.
It is not my pleasure to actually present two awards, but to the same person. They are our John Philip Sousa Award and our Peter Herr Award for Most Improvement. It is not often that you see the winner of these two awards be presented to the same person, but this year, that is the case. When I first met our winner during the summer of 2018, she was a blank slate to me, like everybody else in the band program. What I quickly came to recognize was someone who wanted the best for herself and for those around her. As for all of us, the journey to becoming what we idealize for ourselves to become is not easy and it's not quick. It's not for the faint of heart. I believe that no one would say that this winner is faint of heart. In fact, she's all heart, and that heart beats for music. Our winner worked hard every day, through success and failure, to become and transform herself into what makes our band better, and what makes her a great member of our community, and a person that would lead through her actions. I'm happy to say that she has achieved these on all accounts, and as she moves on to pursue a career that Mrs. Baxter and I feel quite connected to ourselves, I am confident that she will move to change lives for thousands of students one day, just like she has changed ours. Our John Philip Sousa and Peter Herr Award winner for 2020 is Catherine Hanachek. Now, it does also bear mentioning that we do have 3 more awards that will go out in the coming weeks at the school's award ceremony. We are going to allow that ceremony, which will take place on the 29th of May, to announce those. So we have 3 awards that will still be held back, but after that award ceremony is completed, we will make sure we share those award winners with all of you. So stay tuned, and please know that we appreciate everything that every member brings to this band.
So we started a new chapter this year. Mr. Briggs and I can't imagine what it's felt like for you to have had a new set of directors every year for the past few years, but we're excited to have stepped into a time of more certainty, consistency, and long-term planning. The GBN band program had a wonderful year of many successes to kick off a very exciting future for this community. At Marching Band Camp, we learned our entire James Bond show in 1 week, going from marking spots for blue chip, red chip, blue chip, red chip. Who even knows anymore?
Isn't it red chip, blue chip?
I don't
Mrs.
know.
Baxter, get off the stage.
I have dreams about this, I do. To executing transitions from set to set, and finally piece to piece. We worked hard during sectionals, we laughed during skit night, and we ate more than enough camp food to satiate us for an entire year. During our competitive season, we took a well-earned second place at the 2019 Lincoln Way Marching Band Festival and first place, including several caption awards at the 2019 Chicagoland Marching Band Festival. Our 3 concert bands were full of excellent musicians making wonderful growth. This year's freshman band had the highest numbers in the program, and we were excited to continue growing that program. This ensemble played quality literature, including River Trail Expedition, African Bell Carol, working on Novolenio, and an American fanfare. Our symphonic band showed incredible growth in their musicianship as both individuals and as an ensemble. Some highlights from this year's symphonic band included Amparita Roca, Abracadabra, Good King Wences Salsa, Winged Stallion, and Legend of the Ancient Hero. And finally, our wind ensemble proved to rise to any challenge and performed very technically difficult pieces musically very well. The ensemble played Rocky Point Holiday, Festive Overture, Sleep, and I would be remiss if I did not mention Angels in the Architecture. Now, meeting every morning for a 7-10 downbeat, our 2 jazz bands and 2 combos came together as a team and grew in their ability to listen to and rely upon the other members in their ensemble. Our jazz ensemble was featured in MMP Presentations' Train of Positivity this winter, and both ensembles performed the week before holiday break, bringing festivity to the atrium as students entered GBN in the very early morning. Now, while our students have worked very hard in and out of rehearsal, they've also excelled in designing activities to prompt camaraderie throughout the entire band program. In October, our incredible band staff hosted our annual pumpkin carving contest. In November, they held the annual Thanksgiving dinner, where we enjoyed Boston Market and watched a movie in the band room. December was our White Elephant gift exchange. The preparation and thoughtfulness that our band staff put into these events and our weekly meetings was second to none, and we are so grateful for their work. This year, we had 5 students make the District 7 band, and they rehearsed and performed in November. Congratulations again to Rachel Cha, Serlina Koo, James Lee, Matthew Lee, and Ben Walsh. Finally, James Lee advanced to be selected to play in the ILMEA All-State Band. We are proud of all of these students who worked hard to prepare the ILMEA etudes and be admitted to these excellent ensembles. During basketball season, our pep band brought a fiery energy to the gym for each game. This group played with passion and intensity and was a wildly fun way to break up the long winter months. Carnival del Sol, I'm looking at you. In February, the band hosted the annual Turnabout Dance. Fittingly, the theme was Roaring Twenties, and the band staff executed a thorough planning session back in the early winter to prepare for this. Mr. Briggs and I were proud that we were able to purely supervise, as they called vendors and they negotiated the prices. They did everything. I was so impressed and so proud. The success of this dance is because of the band staff and all of our wonderful students who joined in to step up and help make the magic happen. Plus, we were able to give away a pair of AirPods Pro, and we donated a ton of canned food towards the food drive, so I count that as a huge win. Now, the event of the 1920 school year was perhaps the GBN band trip to London. The London Ensemble rehearsed at GBN only 4 times, preparing both concert literature and the marching band show. Once in London, we walked through Piccadilly Circus, took a boat ride on the River Thames, visited the Crown Jewels, performed on TV in Covent Garden, hosted a New Year's Eve party, toured Oxford and Cambridge, performed in St. John's Smith Square, and marched in the 2020 London New Year's Day Parade with over 400,000 viewers. The trip was a huge success, and we are grateful to have had the opportunity to travel abroad with such a wonderful group of students and chaperones. Mr. Briggs and I are incredibly grateful that we get to be a part of this wonderful community, and we have many years ahead to create lasting memories for our students in the GBN band. Everybody, thank you so much for a wonderful first year here, and we have a lot of exciting things to look forward to in the future.
So I have the duty of talking about the future tonight in a time that is so filled with uncertainty. But despite this pandemic, I believe that the future is hopeful. Now, the loss of life associated with the pandemic is unquestionably tragic, and it is difficult, I think, for our minds to know how to feel about everything that is going on, as the impact on our lives can be so varied. As bizarre as this time is, our goals and aspirations, though, remain unchanged, and I'm excited about our futures. No matter what our individual situation is, the formula for the future remains the same. Whether we look to become better teachers, better students, better professionals, better parents, or better members of our increasingly global community, it is the journey that will always